Okay, so we're down in Virginia Beach, and I'm meeting with Miss Shannon Bednarova. And Shannon runs an organization called Embrace Foundation, which is a nonprofit here down in the Richmond, Norfolk, Newport News, and is there another city I'm forgetting?
Hampton.
Hampton, there we go. And it's a fantastic 501c3 that does a lot of good things. And I wanted to take some time to talk to you about this organization, get to know you a little bit better and the organization. So I greatly appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
So Shannon, let's talk first a little bit about your background, who you are, kind of what you do. And then we're going to talk about how you got started and got this foundation launched.
Okay. I work for the Orthopedic and Spine Center. I'm the marketing director there. I've been there for 14 years. I have founded the Embrace Foundation as a nonprofit to basically repurpose and recycle durable medical equipment. Being with the Orthopedic and Spine Center for so long, I saw a lot of patients who had durable medical equipment that they would use for a short time, and then they had nowhere to take it, nowhere to use it. They would ask, what can we do with these crutches or a wheelchair or a splint? And I really didn't have a good answer to give them. And so I decided I need to give them an opportunity to be able to reuse, repurpose, or recycle this stuff. And so that's really how the idea for Embrace Foundation was born.
That's fantastic. And I know we talked before we started filming, but there's just such a large amount of equipment that, like you're saying, gets used for a very short period of time. It still has a lot of life left in it. And now all of a sudden it kind of needs a new home. And it's, you don't want to let that stuff go, to a landfill, obviously, because it's never going to help anyone there. And we don't need to be, but to just take that action and say, look, I'm going to help find a place to repurpose this equipment and get it into homes and ultimately get it into people who really need it and might not financially have the ability to pay for it brand new.
Right.
So that really helps serve a growing need, and thank you so much for taking that on. Now I know, you started this, but there was something that happened in your life personally that kind of got you to think maybe I should really, get a foundation or do something. Do you want to just tell the story?
Sure. In 2018, I was in a bad boating accident, and I was caught in a propeller, and it was really a gruesome accident. And I was forced to spend some time in bed recovering. And, when you have a life-changing event like that, you certainly spend some time going, ooh, why am I still here? Why am I, what am I doing with my life? And so I was thinking, maybe it's time that I get to work on all those things I've been pondering and thinking about doing. And so I had been thinking about this charity for a long time. So I started making some phone calls. And one of the organizations that I called was Samaritan's Purse. And they're in North Carolina, and they have a program called World Medical Missions. And they partner with hospitals around the world. And they were happy to take all of this used durable medical equipment, because unlike the United States, a lot of times, in the United States, we always want something that's new, or we don't want something that somebody else might have perspired upon or something like that. So they were happy to take used crutches or splints or something of that nature. So that's how our partnership was born with Samaritan's Purse.
That is fantastic. And we talked about Samaritan's Purse being really on the ground when there's tragedies and things that happen all over the world. And so the other thing we also discussed was that even though equipment might be used, it's still fully functional. It still has a long life ahead of it.
Right.
And, for people out there that really just need something to assist them with a health issue, a medical condition, to have a good wheelchair,
Right.
To have a pair of crutches,
Right.
are the things that many people might take for granted. But when we talked about this also, you have a family member that's been in a car accident, let's say as an example. It's totally unexpected. You've just gotten hit with $20,000 or more in medical bills and all these other
Correct.
things, and you might not have had a big nest egg in the bank, and now you got to get this person home. You got to take care of them. There's a lot of things that they need that were not scripted, that you just thought, hey, I'll just have this here for a rainy day. So in addition to a lot of international help, it also helps domestically.
Right.
And that's absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that, in life, we always talk about, obviously, taking care of kids, family, service to self. But when you start shifting into gears and getting into the service to others,
Right.
is really kind of calling a higher purpose.
Right.
It inspires you to do things that you might not normally have done. And I'm going to share this with everybody, and I know we talked about it off camera, but, you took this on without a lot of experience, right? This
Yeah,
was something
right.
you just said, I'm going to do it, which I absolutely love that, because people can get, I've seen it happen many times where people are trying to script out things so much in their head, they never take action and they never do anything. They just mentally sit in a world of what if, and they're trying to do everything. But I love the go-getters, the people that I call doers, that take action and say, I'm going to do this and I'll figure it out as I go, but I'm going to start it, which you have done. So thank you so much for taking that on, because it takes a lot of courage and strength. And obviously being, working with the physicians and the orthopedic surgeons, you already have a lot on your plate. So I know as time goes on, it's a long list of people you've been able to help, and some directly, some of them indirectly. But I know the direction that you're going right now, because we've connected with you and learned more about your organization, that we're obviously going to help promote you in as many different places and areas as possible. And we do work with a lot of charities, a lot of places overseas, and a lot of places domestically as well. So what are some of the items that, like, if somebody's watching this video and they have durable medical equipment, what are some of the items that you get, and what are some of the items that would be ideal for you to assist with picking up?
Oh, wow. Well, we take walkers, crutches, wheelchairs, bedside commodes, canes, braces, splints, even things like ACE bandages. We have been assisting with the efforts in Ukraine. So we have our website, embrace-foundation.org, even has a list of specific items we're collecting for Ukraine. Bandages, syringes, all of those items. But we even accept hospital beds. Really anything that a person could use if they're injured, if they have a surgery like a knee replacement, really anything that could be of use for them if they're disabled for a short period of time or even for a long period of time. We try to take those items and repurpose them for use. As you so eloquently put it, a wheelchair that's used for a few weeks is not going to go bad.
No.
And it has a long life ahead of it. And so we want to make sure that wheelchair gets used again and again and again.
That's right. Yeah. And so let's say, as an example, we have a physician or somebody that's getting ready to retire and they're closing their practice.
Right.
And let's say they've got some exam tables and some otoscopes and some, just basic stuff. That's the kind of equipment also that you could easily.
Absolutely.
And then provide them with a tax credit.
Right. Absolutely. We'd give a receipt, and definitely we can repurpose all of that stuff. We can pick it up. They can deliver it to us in Newport News. We'll make it easy for them. And we just recently had a physician in Suffolk, Virginia, who donated his entire office to us, and what a blessing that was. And his gift is going to impact so many people around the world.
Right. Yeah, he'll be taking care of kids, patients, and people to come. So,
Absolutely.
that's the kind of thing that happens a lot. And, doctors retire and they want to see their equipment go to a good place and know that it's going to a place that's going to continue to help people.
Right.
It's obviously their nature being a doctor. So we're going to definitely promote the web address on there. Now, Shannon, if somebody's watching the video and learning about Embrace Foundation here, and basically, even though I've identified you as being in Virginia, I know that you still take on projects in various other places close by that might be like Maryland,
Sure.
North Carolina, South Carolina, so and anywhere pretty much in Virginia. So what would be the best way to contact you? I mean, you've got your contact information on the website.
Right, absolutely we do. As I mentioned, you can contact us on our website, which is embrace-foundation.org, or you can contact me. I'm Shannon Bednarova, and my phone number is 757-596-1900. And they can call me there. I'm at extension 368.
Perfect. And I'm going to put that in the description section of the video. So anybody watching this, if you didn't have a pen ready, I will have that on there. I'm actually going to put your web address down in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. And then in addition to that, as somebody that's kind of in the medical industry, I would also just say that anybody out there, if you do have things available, Shannon, what is your email address?
My email address is sbednarova, and that's long, so that's BEDNAROVA at OSC, that's Oscar Sam Charlie, hyphen ortho.com.
Awesome, because I know that the ideal thing to do is going to be to email you first, take pictures of the equipment, document where it's at. Obviously, you can always make contact with Shannon as well and give her sort of a heads up on the project and what it might be. But always getting that documentation to kind of give you something so you can, kind of put it on the map and then figure out, how you're going to get it is always super helpful. So once again, I'm going to put all that down in the description area so people can reach you. And Shannon, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to sit down, tell us about the organization. I absolutely love people like you that are out in the world, making the world a better place and putting your heart and soul into trying to help others. So it's a blessing to meet you, and I wish you nothing but the best in all your ventures here moving forward.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.